Hello everybody. It's been a while since we've put out a video, so we wanted to get you caught up on what's been going on. As you guys know, we winter in Florida. We got down there in November and left at the end of April. We had originally planned on leaving at the end of March, but with the pandemic going on, we decided to stick around an extra month. We also changed our plans for this summer significantly. We had planned on going to the West Coast and taking it all the way from California up through Oregon. But with the delay and with a lot of the national parks being closed, especially in California, we decided to adjust our plans. So we left Florida at the end of April. Went up to Lazy Days in Wildwood, Florida, had our annual service done on our coach, and from there we started heading west. Our first stop off was in Hattiesburg, Mississippi. We just slept at a Cracker Barrel there, and then after that we went on to Tyler, Texas, slept over at another Cracker Barrel, and then we went on into the Dallas area and visited with family for a couple days, had a great time with them, and after that we headed north to Oklahoma City, which is the home of my college institution, Oklahoma Christian University. Spent a couple days there reminiscing about the good times when Leslie and I were first married and I was a student there. And then after that we headed west through the panhandle of Texas into eastern New Mexico. Spent one night at a campground there, and then headed further west to what's the name of that town? Winslow, Arizona. Made it all the way into Arizona, and you've probably heard of the Winslow, Arizona, the town from the Eagles song, Standing on the Corner in Winslow, Arizona. And then from there we drove to where we're at right now, which is in Camp Verde, Arizona. So we look forward to spending a couple weeks here, doing a lot of hiking and adventure seeking in the Sedona area, and we look forward to sharing that with you. Enjoy. Good morning. This is our first full day in Camp Verde, Arizona. We woke up this morning around 5 a.m. and we are pretty much packed up and ready to hit the road to Sedona. It's about a 30-minute drive. We're going to stop by at a ranger station and pick up a trail map, and then head up to hike our first trail of our trip out here. It's called Soldier Pass, I think is the name of it. I'll give you a little more detail on the trail as we get there, but we're really looking forward to seeing Sedona for the first time. Well, we're here and we're ready for our first hike. We didn't end up being able to get into the trailhead that we had originally planned on, which was Soldier's Pass. It's actually, the trailhead is in a residential area, and there's a gate blocking the parking area. It doesn't open until 8 a.m. and we got there around 6:45, so we ended up going around and doing a big loop and coming to another trail called Jordan Trail, and this trail supposedly runs into Soldier Pass. So we bought ourselves a Red Rock permit, that kiosk right there. You can buy a permit Some trails require the permit. It's $5 a day, or you can buy a 1-week pass for $15, and that's what we did. So we're getting ready to hit the trail. It's 12 minutes after 7, May the 9th. It's supposed to heat up to about 85 today, and we're ready to go. So we've walked up onto a sinkhole. It's called Devil's Kitchen Sinkhole. It was created by the collapse of gigantic underground caverns in the red wall limestone. And here's what it looks like. So we started off this morning on Jordan Road Trail, went over to another trail, I don't remember what it was called, it started with a C, and then hopped on Soldier Pass. Soldier Pass is a 4.1 mile round trip trail that has about a 600-foot elevation gain to it, rated as moderate, and Soldier Pass Trail intersects with Brine or Bryn, I'm not sure how it's pronounced, B-R-I-N-E Trail. And what is it?
Bryn Mesa.
Bryn Mesa. And so we hopped on that, and that's going to loop us all the way back around to where we started this morning. So it's been a lot of fun, and it sure is beautiful. If you're wondering what those things are down around my ankles, no, I'm not trying to be fashionable, but for some reason I always kick rocks up into my shoes, and I'm constantly having to take my shoes off and dump them out and get the rocks out. These are called gaiters, and what they do is they cover up the top of your shoe, making it impossible to get rocks in your shoes. Alright, we made it back. We're just getting ready to walk up to the parking lot where we parked. So, Mrs. Gleam, what'd you think?
Well, we have not hiked since last fall, so this is actually a lot longer than what we had planned, but it actually was great. We actually had to get on a couple different trails that we weren't planning on, but that's okay. That's the fun of hiking.
Yep, it took us a little over 3 hours. I don't know how many miles we went.
We went over 12,000
about
some steps.
13,000 steps, so I don't know what that equates to, but it was a few miles, but a lot of fun. It's about 10:45 in the morning, and we're going to head back to the camp. Good morning. We made it to the Boynton Canyon Trail. It took us about 50 minutes to get here, and it's 6:56 a.m. We pulled out around 6 o'clock, and we're looking forward to this hike. It's a 6.1 mile round trip, got a little over 800-foot elevation gain. It's another beautiful day, chilly start, but it's going to warm up a little bit. I think the high today is going to be mid to upper 70s. Should be a gorgeous day. So I think we're about 2/3 of the way. So 6 mile round trip. We're probably a couple miles in. We just ran into the first couple that we've seen, and they said we're the first ones that they've seen. They were on their way back actually, so we got an early start, and It's beautiful. There's been a really nice canopy pretty much the whole way so far. And this last half mile, 3/4 mile is where most of the 800-foot elevation gain is, so we should have a pretty good workout coming up. This looks like the mouth of the canyon, so we must be getting near the end of it. Alright, we made it. This is the end of the trail. This sign says end of trail. Continuing past this point causes excessive resource damage. Thank you. I'll do a 360 where we're at, looking back into the sun. Beautiful. Boynton Canyon. And here we are. Good morning. This is our third day of hiking in Sedona. Our fourth day actually here, but we took one day off, Mother's Day, and just kind of chilled out. Today we're hiking what's called Fay Canyon. It's rated as easy, and it's only what, a little over 2 miles?
Yeah, 2.1.
A little over 2 miles. 300-foot elevation gain, 300 and some foot elevation. So this one should be pretty easy, but we've heard good things about it.
What do you think?
Beautiful. So peaceful, so inspiring. Yeah. This is maybe the prettiest view we've seen so far. Amazing. Alright, we are at the end of, what is this called?
Fay
Canyon. And I think it's the most beautiful view we've seen so far. Easy hike. Now getting up to the top up there, because we've made our way back a little bit, but getting up to the top, it's a little bit treacherous. You've got prickly pears sticking out into the trail. It gets real narrow. You kind of have to grab a hold of stumps and rocks to pull yourself up. But just a gorgeous hike, very easy, like I said, until you get to the very end.
Yeah, so if you come as a family or if you're an older person, you could do the beginning of the hike, but I wouldn't recommend kids when you get to the scrambling part. It's just too steep and rocky, and I actually took a wrong path, and that was a little scary.
Yeah.
Smooth rock is kind of hard to...
So we hung out up there for a little bit, took in the views, and we're heading back. So a beautiful hike.
Recommend it.
Yep. Well, we decided to do another hike today, another short one. This one's called Doe Mountain, and I think it's maybe 1.5 miles or so. I don't even know what it's rated. Does it? We'll give you that information later. I'm not sure if it's rated easy or moderate. We'll let you know. We're almost at the top. There it is. We made it to the top. We're just going to cruise around and look for spectacular views. So we moved around to the other side of Doe Mountain, and we're now looking down over the town of Sedona. And I don't know if you can see that little plateau straight ahead, but that is the Sedona Airport. A little windy up here. Well, it's all of a sudden got very windy up here, but we've kind of cruised around, I'll call it a mesa.
Yeah.
The flat part of the top of this mountain. Kind of looked at all the sides. Very pretty. Lots of good views. I'd recommend Doe Mountain. Good morning, everybody. Another beautiful day in Sedona, Arizona. Today we're going to hike a trail that takes us to a famous chapel that you may be aware of. You've probably seen pictures of it if you're familiar at all with Sedona. And we're going to hop on a trailhead called Mystic that's going to take us through a series of, I think, 2 other trails, and we will eventually make our way to the chapel and then back here. The total length of the hike, I think, is 3.8 miles, and I can't remember what the elevation gain is. I'm thinking it's around 400 feet. So that's Mount Wilson that we climbed the other day. This gives you a good view of the town of Sedona. Nestled in the middle of this beautiful red rock country.
Hey, thanks.
Hey.
Just 2 of us, but
You're gonna be famous.
We did just pass one.
Okay. That'll be $50.
You're gonna be famous. So those 2 peaks there are called the Twin Nuns. I don't know if you can see a white line kind of going around up there on the side. It's a very, very narrow ledge. And I had a guy tell me that he's been up here before and he's seen mountain bikers actually right across that part way and then turn around and go back. Crazy. I don't know if those are cactus or what, but they've got a lot of spikes on them, but they've got real pretty red blooms on them too. Red flowers. So we've got bell and courthouse right there. Beautiful. Well, we've made it to the chapel. Took us about 3 hours to get here. Beautiful setting. All right, we're almost back. If we don't get hit by a car, our car's right up here. So we parked at the Mystic trailhead. From Mystic, we got on Hogwash to
Hog Heaven.
Hog Heaven to High on the Hog Trail to Broken Arrow, I think.
Yep.
And then from Broken Arrow to Little Horse, and then from Little Horse to Chapel Trail, and then that's where it ended up there at the chapel.
Best way to go.
Yep, so all the mountain bikers were going the opposite direction that we were, so it was nice because you could see them coming at you. But a lot of fun. Another beautiful day in Sedona, and now I'm going to go eat me some hog. I'm hungry.